Hello, Chris Tisch, Assistant Dean for Student and Alumni Affairs, here to provide a brief overview about career services for students in the academic programs of the University of Arizona Melanina Zuckerman College of Public Health. Career services are available through a number of venues on and off campus. One of the observations we've made over the years is that new students often do not think of tapping into these services until they get close to graduating. But actually, students who get into the habit of actively participating in career events and obtaining career guidance throughout their tenure in their academic program are much more successful at landing a post-graduation position in a timely fashion. We suggest and encourage a holistic approach to obtaining career guidance. In other words, embrace career services offered from a variety of sources. So what services are available? Not surprisingly, the College of Public Health is the first place that students should seek career services because the services offered here are tailored to the public health workforce and job market. The College of Public Health Office of Student Services offers resume, cover letter, and working with social media workshops. We maintain a listserv for our students and alumni on which we advertise public health jobs that have been shared with us. The key to building a successful career in public health is networking. To that end, periodically, the college and the Public Health Student Alliance host alumni panels as a way for students to become acquainted with the college's graduates and the kinds of jobs in which they are employed in the public health workforce. We may videotape these workshops and panels. And while personnel resources are limited, we will assist our alumni in their job searches if at all possible. Clearly, any career service activity that the College of Public Health plans or resources that we provide will be well advertised in advance to our students. We can provide resume reviews if provided with sufficient lead time to do so. If you'd like to join our public health jobs listserv so that you can see what kind of jobs exist out there in the workforce, please email me at cbt@email.arizona.edu. The University of Arizona Career Services Office is just what you might imagine it is. Because the University of Arizona is a very large university, the Career Services Office holds a significant presence on campus. That office is there to help all students on the campus. They too hold resume workshops, resume checks, and many workshops as well as large career fairs every year. They write a career services newsletter during the school year. U of A Career Services is very prolific in their email outreach to students. While their blast emails may seem redundant, remember they are there to serve students, so take advantage of the resources they offer. Students are not limited to working only with just the faculty in their concentration areas. Often during a class that you're taking or a meeting you've participated in or even a random conversation with a faculty member, you may realize that their interest areas or their background or even what their aspirations are may align with yours. These folks can become mentors to you and you can connect or meet with them during your time at the college. Remember, the faculty have contacts all over the world in various areas of public health. So when you're in class and they're talking about the research they've done or the projects that they've played a part in, these are possible networking opportunities. Guest speakers in courses can be great sources of career advice. Often they will provide contact information on course handouts. If you are interested in discussing specific issues regarding career advice, please send an email to the faculty member and to make a productive meeting, provide specific questions and issues you want to discuss. Finally, for students who are required to complete internships, consider the folks with whom you will work, the agency you're serving, and anyone else you come into contact with while you are conducting your internship as a source of possible job prospects, important contacts in the field, or just plain good advice. Generally, folks want to be helpful to you, so take advantage of the goodwill that you, prior interns, and the college have established with the agency. On a related note to career services, I want to take a moment to talk about letters of recommendation, resumes, and establishing professional references. All graduate students are required to submit letters of recommendation and a current resume to be admitted, but many times those resumes sit idle for the entire period a student is in an academic program, only to be resurrected late in the game when it's time to find a job. You can do yourself a big favor by keeping the resume current and up to date with all the information about the activities that you are involved with during your school years. No later than the semester before graduation, be sure to participate in one of our resume workshops to ensure that you are in the ballpark for having an effective resume for the kind of job that you would like to obtain. Similarly, with letters of recommendation, students tend to think that they will never need them again. But instead, often it is the case that letters of recommendation are needed for fellowships, some scholarships, further degree programs, and some jobs. Almost always, every one of us needs references from our profession to vouch for us when we are looking for jobs. To that end, remember that active participation in classes and other activities in the college will serve you well. Network, network, network to become known so that when you need to ask someone for a letter of recommendation or to serve as a reference for you, it will be an easy conversation. You will want to be well known to the person you are asking for a letter. How do you ask for a letter of recommendation? Well, first, it makes sense that you want to give plenty of notice to the recommender. Try to give the letter writer at least a week's notice if possible. If you request a letter at the last moment before it's due, the letter writer may not have time to write a unique letter for you, but rather may try to revise a letter he has written for someone else, which won't serve you well. Ask the appropriate person to write your letter. For instance, if you need someone to attest to your academic performance, ask an academic mentor or an instructor of one of your classes where you were an active participant. If you need a letter that attests to your citizenship in the college and you've been active in college committees, I, as the assistant dean, can write the letter. You should provide a current resume to anyone who you are asking to write you a letter or to serve as your referee. This gives the letter writer or the referee the opportunity to select important information off the resume that they may not remember or know at all, which may enhance the letter quite a bit. Finally, sometimes to get a letter of recommendation, you may actually have to draft a letter of recommendation for yourself that you give to the recommender. This draft simply serves as a starting point for the letter writer to edit. Never ever send a final letter of recommendation that the letter writer hasn't seen and approved and signed. Choosing references is another very important factor in the job search equation. As many of you who have been in the workplace know, you need folks who can vouch for you and your work ethic in order to secure a position. We talk in depth about how to choose appropriate references and other considerations in our resume workshops, but it's important to remember that as students, sometimes that person can be a faculty member or a college administrator that you've worked with during your time here. Keep this in mind as you work through your degree curriculum. When it's time to secure folks as references, it is really imperative that you ask the person whether they can serve, are able to serve, or would like to serve as a reference for you. If they hesitate or indicate they don't know you, feel that they know you well enough or your work well enough, that's a sign that you should keep looking. Always, always make sure to ask your references and confirm their willingness to serve before you provide their names to anyone. And remember to provide them with your current resume when they agree to serve as your reference so that they can refer to it should they be contacted on your behalf. I've been asked by the faculty to provide a word of caution to all students at this point about how to refer to yourself on your resume, your business card, or even in your email signature while you are still a student in one of our academic programs. It seems that students often want to call themselves MPH, BS, MS, or PhD candidates during their academic tenure. In the academic world, the word candidate is reserved only for doctoral students who have passed their comprehensive examinations and have advanced to candidacy. Just because a student has been admitted to a program does not make them a candidate. It does, however, make them a student, and the faculty feel that students should refer to themselves as students rather than candidates. Some are adamant about this, and I want you to be aware of the sensitivity that exists around this issue. At the very least, consider reserving the use of the word candidate to the end portion of your academic quest for the degree after you have completed coursework. In summary, if there are additional career services that you would like to see at the college level, please do let me know. We need to see significant student interest shown in activities and support services that we offer, however, to make them worthwhile for the students. These activities are far more effective the more students who participate in them, and when well attended, make good use of our time as well. There you have it in a nutshell, career services for the students in the academic programs of the College of Public Health.